Welcome to Snetterton, where the sun's shining on the first weekend of racing in the 2013 Mini Challenge Championship. With one of the strongest grids ever assembled and 4 races lined up, it's certainly an exciting start to the season. Mini Challenge is now in its 12th year. This season there's a new captain at the helm, Championship promoter Anthony Williams.
Well, I've been involved with the championship now for a number of years, firstly as a driver and then as a team manager, and really I just think it's a fantastic championship, and when the opportunity came along to take on the promotion of the championship, it was an opportunity that I really just had to jump at. The Mini Challenge has got such great potential, the raw materials are there, it's a great car to race, a great car to drive, and the brand of Mini is clearly one of the strongest brands in British motorsport. So the opportunity really is to take the Mini Challenge forward to become really the first choice for people in single make racing in the UK. The main reason to be involved in Mini Challenge is to have fun. Enjoy your weekends, have some great racing, get some good results, and then in the long run, if you do well, move on into other championships and really be seen as a feeder to those higher level championships.
The first race of the season proved to be a very interesting one for 2 old rivals, one of whom just happened to be the JCW reigning champ.
Thought I'd come back and give Luke a run for his money. Unfortunately, I finished 4th, Luke was 5th, which I'm glad about. Our main battle was just between me and Luke, to be honest with you.
Off the track with friends, but there's complete enemies on the circuit, and it's all about beating them. That's important.
We never give each other an inch, no matter what. We love to hate each other.
Well, ahead of the Luke and Lee show, it was Jake Packen who came through to win the first race of the season from Chris Smiley and Chris Smith. In the Cooper class, it was Shane Stoney who took victory from Josh Gollin in his first ever race weekend, with Ollie Walker completing the podium.
I've now been joined by a lady, yes, and it's not one of the grid girls. She's in the proper kit here. Grace, you're actually driving in the championship this season, and from what I understand, this is your first ever foray into motorsports, which is amazing. Why?
That's entirely correct. I just fancied giving it a bit of a go. My dad did rally cross when I was a lot younger, so I watched him for a fair few years, but I really wanted to have the opportunity to do it myself.
Why Mini Challenge then specifically?
The Mini Challenge seemed particularly sort of accessible to a complete novice like myself, and especially doing it with the Accelerate team. You have like the full support of them behind you, and I can just sort of tip up and drive because I don't have a clue about the technicalities of the car, but luckily they do.
After 2 hard-earned wins yesterday, Shane Stoney finds himself in pole position in the club class, and for the JCWs, it's Jake Packen. So let's get the first of today's very busy race day underway.
And Jake Packen has got it all to do from pole position. Alongside him on the front row of the grid is Chris Smiley. Row 2, Chris Smith and Lee Allen, with Allen's arch rival Luke Caudle lining up on the inside of row 3 alongside William Davison. Huge field of cars, and the Cooper class particularly well supported this year with Shane Stoney and Josh Gollin on the front row, then Ollie Walker and Hamish Brandon row 2, with Gideon Cresswell and Ricky Page the 5th and 6th of the Cooper class cars. Lots of newcomers to the field, including Grace Williams, who lines up in 24th. It's running car with Josh Gollin as the lights go out and away we go. It's a good start from Lee Allen in the blue car. He's got away well as the field charged towards Riches for the first time. But the pole sitter Jake Packen in the black number 13 car's got the advantage. Up to second goes Lee Allen, or does he? Because around the outside looks to swoop Chris Smith as the field all cleanly through Riches, accelerating on towards the hairpin at Montreal. In the Cooper class, it is Shane Stoney who has just got his nose ahead as Jake Packen leads, but side by side behind. It's Lee Allen just in second with Chris Smiley and Chris Smith, both disputing 3rd position as well. The race leader Jake Packen then works through Palmer with Allen in 2nd, Smith in 3rd. So it's now Smiley who's slipped back a little bit. He's got Luke Caudle right on his tail. Josh Gollin in the thick of the Cooper class battles, right on the tail of Shane Stoney, immediately in front of him as they head on towards the hairpin at Agostini. Luke Caudle still a little bit frustrated behind Chris Smith, but it's Chris Smiley who's rather lost out there. He seems to have slipped some way back down through the pack, so I don't think that's an issue for Chris Smiley, as the battling throughout the field is as intense as ever. There is Chris Paniatu, car 29, returning to the championship once more as Lee Allen and Chris Smith go side by side into Brundle Nelson. It's Allen who's still just able to nudge himself ahead. All the while, this is enabling Jake Packen to break away at the head of the pack. So we've got now 4 cars disputing second, because Luke Caudle number 2 and William Davison as well back of that pack very much in this fight as they come out of the bob hole on towards Coram Curve, and Smith dives to the inside of the Allen. That's a brave move from Chris Smith. Will he make it stick? Yes, he does. Superb driving there from Chris Smith, and Luke Caudle looked to try and follow through in Smith's wheel tracks. They all constantly interrupt on the brakes into Murray's before accelerating onto the centre straight in car with William Davison. It all looks very cool, calm and collected there from Davison's point of view, as he looks to take advantage of the slipstream to draw alongside Luke Caudle as they flash through. Pit boards hastily retracted as the cars hug the pit wall in car with Justin Taylor, who goes around. A little bit of a moment there for Taylor. A couple of them taking very close evasive action. We see it again from Kevin Norman's perspective. And yes, Norman did well to avoid being caught up in all of that, as Luke Caudle has worked his way past the Allen, is now right up onto the tail of Chris Smith. The pair of them fighting over second and third as Josh Gollin and Hamish Brandon dispute the same positions in the Cooper class. Remarkable performance this from Josh, given his relative inexperience in cars after making the step up from karting this weekend at Snetterton. As the fight for second in the JCW class continues, and Caudle looks to dive to the inside of Chris Smith and goes through into Oggies. That's a really beautifully judged move from Luke Caudle. If he can pull it off, he now needs to keep his line into Williams and then get that good run along the Bentley Straight, and that's exactly what Luke Caudle has done, at least the first part of the job. But Chris Smith may be able to carry that momentum further back through the order. Stuart Calder and Bob Hosier having a good scrap. Hosier just running a little bit wide. That could give Calder the opportunity at the very least to draw alongside, if not go around the outside of Palmer. But Hosier sticks to his guns, holds his line, and therefore no way through there for Calder as the pair of them head towards Agostini. Well, wherever you look within this field, there are battles going on, which is the beauty of the mini challenge. And that is Lawrence Davey, who was just making the move on Jono Brown. Brown graduating up into the JCW class this year. Davey moving across from Legends Racing. Still, the battles go on through the field. Justin Taylor and Adrian Norman battling out in the Cooper class. The pair of them head out of Riches on towards the hairpin at Montreal. Taylor, who's just got his nose ahead at the moment, although Adrian Norman, looking to build on the experience he gained last year, will try and elevate himself up through the order as the race progresses. Fortunately, Grace Williams having a slightly more trying time. She's had a quick spin, and Chris Smith, having been demoted by Luke Caudle, is now under real pressure here from the Allen. It's going to be even more pressure as Smith bounces across the curbs on the exit of Hamilton, arriving into the braking zone for Oggies, but Smith able to hold the racing line, arriving then into Williams. And I don't think that Allen should have enough of a run, as coming out at the final turn at Murray's. It's been a hard race for Jake Packen, but he's controlled it very nicely, and he comes through and takes the victory with second place Luke Caudle just on the line. Third going to Chris Smith from the Allen. A delighted Luke Caudle with a runners-up finish on his returning weekend to the mini challenge. So let's take a look at the results then, with victory for Packen, second Caudle, third was Chris Smith, fourth the Allen, with William Davison and Lawrence Davey completing the top 6. In the class results then, the JCW class, the top 3 in the race overall, so Packen from Caudle and Smith. And in the Cooper class, it's another victory for Shane Stoney, with Josh Gollin able to pip Hamish Brandon. With 2 further races to come, there'll be cheers, but not champagne on the podium.
Jake, really nice, comfortable win for you on the second race.
Yeah, it's been a fantastic weekend. It's been a long time coming. I've had the best part of 18 months off now. So yeah, we've really enjoyed it. Yesterday we had a good race, a bit of a battle with Lee, which was nice. We've raced together for a long time, and then today, just a clean start really. Got off the line well, and then just watched them all battling behind me and managed to create a nice gap really.
The fun continues here at Snetterton with the mini challenge in just a few, so we'll see you after the break.